The City of Water Valley monthly board meeting, sponsored by Bank First of Water Valley.
Lord Jesus Christ, we thank you for the opportunity to come here and serve the citizens of Water Valley. We thank you for the ability to sit here as one team to serve the people. And we ask that your Spirit be with us tonight and influence so that your will be done in our actions and that the good of the people is done by our actions here. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Do our pledge of allegiance.
Pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, folks. We have, first, I would like to recognize someone to adopt the agenda. Is there a motion? Motion.
I'd like to make an amendment.
Go ahead.
We need a report from Mr. Scroggins.
Okay, well that's fine. Let's add that. And with the amendment, is there a second to the amendment? There is a second.
We also need to add the emergency order.
Yeah, let's continue the emergency. Let's do that.
Okay.
All right. All in favor of the motion as amended will say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That is passed. And let me bring you up to speed a little bit about where we are. As you know, yesterday we had about 3 without power only. And, the linemen have been, we've got 1 crew that's remaining. It is amazing the progress that we have made. And today, the work started on the electrical removal, and also bucket truck work started. And so you got to get those hangers, and that started. I think hopefully we can finish all this in record time, just as we got people back on. That's what we need to do. People in Water Valley deserve not the second best, they deserve the best. And I want to thank our dedicated workers, all of them, for all that they have done. Our police department, they shone during this. Our electrical workers, our fire folks continued their efforts, and and our street, Willie, we've got street garbage. Garbage went back into rotation today. So we've got, we're not perfect, but we're pretty close to it in this town. So I think we've got something to look to. Now the first thing we have tonight is another thing to look to. This is something that we would issue bonds for our street work. And we have the lowest, the bid that we got was from FNB, and what was that percentage rate of interest?
4.1, let's see.
4.125.
4.125. Well, and Mr. Attorney, is that bid in line with the law?
It is, and it's acceptable bid from everything we know of the interest rates and what's being given out there.
And so this will put street work being bid for earlier than others. Like we're ahead on the electric, we're ahead on a lot of things, and that continues the tradition of trying to be ahead. So that would do that, and it's very much paid for, and that's what that legislative adopted money is for. Is there a motion that the bid be accepted? That's the lowest and best bid.
I need a motion.
Is there a second? A motion and second is made. All in favor will say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And thing about this is, we've got this, we will be working with our engineer, and on the basis of the actual findings on the ground as to what, we have it down to the millimeter as to the condition of every road. Now, so that will be available to us, and it's available to them, and they're working from that. This board, though, will have its say ultimately, and we will, and there will be a comprehensive plan for this to be done. So I'm very, that is a wonderful opportunity for this. And these works long hours. This is a wonderful opportunity for us in this town. Next, we have the issue of approving the minutes.
They're partial. We've still got a couple more to put on. But not,
Okay.
I don't have them ready tonight.
Okay. All right, but the ones that have been distributed is what we would be
Yes, sir.
considering.
We've got like 2 or 3 more small ones to put on.
Okay, nothing that,
It's just from more or less the catch-up meetings we was doing during the.
I
when we
see,
was all at home.
well, yeah. Okay, is there a motion that the minutes be approved?
The minutes that sit in front of us.
No,
That's
right,
correct.
yes,
Okay.
I'm gonna do
All
those
right,
others
is
for
there
the
a
next go
second?
around.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor say aye. All opposed will say no. That's passed. Next, we've got approving the monthly bills. And so they have been distributed. And so what we need to do, is there discussion of any of those?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's have it.
So in the past, the Chansey Walton contract labor, it had loads attached to it. Was this just separate contract labor, or was that
Which one was that, please?
first page 88498?
It was
300.
probably typed up real quick and I didn't put it, it does normally have loads on it.
Okay. And then 88504 telephone for Michael Scroggins.
Yeah, so we have still been paying that.
Okay.
He's a contract laborer right
Yeah.
now.
Yes, sir.
So
We need to get rid of that. We should not be paying that bill.
Okay.
I think since it's been incurred, I guess it'd been an obligation of the city, but we should notify them after this henceforth. That's terminated.
Okay.
Is that,
Or do we need to just get that phone and give it to Willie? Is that his department head
well,
phone, or
It has been all these years with the
Willie,
same
you
number.
got
Willie
a phone, or
has
you
a
use your
phone.
own? You got a city cell phone, or you use your own? All right, we need to
Yeah,
get
we
it.
need to use that.
Yeah, we
well,
need to get
then we will, let's do this. Then in
You
that
may wanna
case,
keep-
Or we may want to
Make
get
it
you a
that
cell,
number.
city cell phone.
Willie, do you want, let me ask him, do you wish to keep your number that you have now? Okay, so what we could do, if you could check with Vivian and make sure that, the plan, that it is it a regular plan that you have? And
For the
it,
city to start paying your
yeah,
cell
it's
phone.
no bells and whistles, just a regular plan. Okay. All right, so what, we wouldn't terminate, we would, is there a motion that, now this is important, that we transfer that the payment of the cell phone to the former street,
From the former to the present.
from the former
To the
be ceased,
Yeah.
and that the payment to Willie and is,
No,
be,
but he'd be allowed to keep his telephone number. I know who that number is, probably was had for 100 years, so that.
who, Scruggs?
Michael's.
Well, I don't see we have any problem with that.
There's
No,
a
I don't-
there is
If
a
it's
form
not
for
under, if it's
that.
not under contract, you probably just can cancel that number. period.
Well, but I mean,
Well,
but if he
better just
wants to
stop paying
keep
the
it,
phone bill.
we could
Yeah,
work
stop
with him
paying
to
with
keep it, but we're not gonna pay for it.
Okay, that's all, that's what
You
I'm
see,
trying to
we
get straight.
wanna be kind,
Because I know
but
he's had that number.
well, I know,
Different phones
and
came
let,
out.
you know,
And that physical phone needs to be returned to the city.
yeah.
If
I
it-
mean, and given to
If it was
Willie,
purchased by the city, we
if
don't
it's
have
Yes, sir,
purchased
it
by
was.
the
It
city.
was.
Well,
It was.
then,
Yeah.
then that's the way that would be, but he could certainly keep his phone number and he'll be paying for that. And then Willie would, let's have a motion to do both of these things
I made that
at the
motion.
same time. There's a motion, is there a second?
A second.
All right, all in favor will say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. And this is, and that's not done with any malice, it's just
No,
done
this is business.
for business.
Yeah.
You gotta do business.
Yeah. All right.
Next,
I have a question.
okay, go ahead.
It's probably the same question. Go ahead.
On this 2.5 gallons of DEF. I spoke to Miss Vivian earlier, and she said it was for your sanitation department with.
Give me the item number.
Under NAPA.
It is
7 is 88617.
It's right here.
88617. That's DEF for your garbage truck, Willie? You got some DEF from Napa for your garbage truck? Alright, so that we can get a better price on it. They got DEF at Express Mart. Do you got a fuel man card? No. Alright, well, we're gonna get you a garbage truck driver one or you one.
Yeah.
That way we can,
Well,
we won't
we
be
need
paying
to-
as much for the
Yeah,
DEF.
we need fuel man. I thought we all had fuel man, so let's all get fuel man. All city folks have
But he
fuel
said he
man.
don't have one yet.
Well, he's gonna have one. That, everybody's gonna
Yeah,
have
they
a fuel
got DEF
man.
out here, across the bypass at Express Mart.
Yeah.
On the very last pump, so it's cheaper out there than paying
Well,
$12 to $16 a gallon. We can get it out there for
we
$4.
get a saving on fuel man whenever that's used. And so, and it's just probably communication and understanding. So,
Sure.
and we
That's
all,
what we make.
that's what we're doing, and so, Vivian, and Vivian is the best in the country. So, but just make sure that fuel man, the word goes forth that fuel man means fuel man for all, because we're saving money. And I don't want to give you the dollar figure, but we have saved a good little bit from them, is what I understand. So, that's,
Willie, Willie,
yes, sir, go ahead.
This fuel man card,
Mhm.
if I hadn't been getting fuel in my tanks at the shop,
Mhm.
wouldn't nobody run this past week.
Well, I'm not, you did what you needed to do, and you did what you had to do. And
Well,
this is an emergency
Well,
situation.
if I start using fuel man, I can't run my equipment and stuff.
What he's saying is, can he use fuel man to fill his tank at the
I don't
shop?
see why. Let's investigate that and see if that can be done.
Yeah, because he's got to have fuel for his backhoe.
He does, and we're not gonna do
Did they
anything, we're
do
not
that?
gonna do anything that's unreasonable,
Sure.
assuming that it's reasonable to do, Willie. And it can be
But
done
who
reasonably.
do we get the fuel from now for down there? Dude, that's the question.
It's
Gonna
been
be
being
that.
CR Fuels,
Yeah,
which
does
was
they-
the
do they take
former
fuel?
CWA.
Yeah, just find out if they take fuel, man.
Oh, I could ask them.
Well, we can work through that. The whole,
Well, I think the purpose of the fuel man is just for your trucks, not for your backhoe, that kind of stuff. Like if you need fuel for the trucks, it's easier to keep up with it using fuel.
well, fuel man's not available for an item and not suitable for an item, you wouldn't use it for that item.
It's for your gas tanks, not bulk fuel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do some
yeah.
investigating on that.
So you'll probably still have to continue to get that for your equipment.
But there, certain items that fuel man could be, wherever it can be used effectively, it needs to be used. And where it can't be, it can't be. All right,
Approved, we have approved it.
oh yeah, anything else? If there's nothing else, is there a motion that they be approved?
Make the motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor will say aye. That's good. Next, we're gonna have the planning commission report. Come on, planning commission.
All right. Good evening. We did not meet in January. We had no pending applications
Okay.
and no pressing business, so we decided not to meet.
I don't think you get any criticism for that.
Yeah,
We might have
Thanks for the
something.
update.
Thank you.
If you want to get him, he's got another item somewhere. If you want to go on.
Number
He's
11.
he's already sent out.
Hey, if there is no objection, since he's here, the Honorable James McCormick, is on this agenda twice. Is there any problem would anyone object to James being allowed to come to the front of the classroom and recite on that item?
okay, I'm here also on behalf of the Odd Fellows. Karen Samard is also here. She's also an Odd Fellow.
We're all pretty odds.
Oh yeah, we're all odds. We're going to be doing the Mardi Gras parade this year. In the past, it's been done by the Episcopal Church of the Nativity in conjunction with TIN. TIN is now gone, and Oddfellows has decided to do the parade and party afterwards. Party is going to be at Lamar Block. We're going to march from the Episcopal Church down to Blackmer and then over to Railroad and back up to Lamar Block. The party will commence there. It'll be not on Mardi Gras Day, which is Tuesday the 17th. We started then. Mardi Gras is so early this year, we'd be marching in the dark. So we're going to start a little earlier, move it to Saturday the 14th, call it a Sweetheart Ball, and we have the party. And why I really need to be here is because we're going to have gumbo cook-off, we're going to have live music, it'll be festive, and we'll also have craft beer makers there sharing their creations. We're not selling it, they're not selling it, but is there some kind of...
Get your permit, and it's a charitable organization.
Okay,
so get your
permit
permit, go, and the chief can help you on that. And,
You brought that back to me already.
and Vivian, well then you're,
He's here to get the board approval for the tourist.
okay.
Okay, thank you, yeah.
I've got the permit, but unless that business has an alcohol permit, the leisure permit's gonna do him no good. Because the leisure permit only allows you to take alcohol out of establishments with a liquor license, such would be, well, I guess not the pizza place anymore. I guess at this point it would be Mexico and the Crawdad Hole. So that's gonna, leisure permit or no leisure permit, it's gonna change nothing for their event, because that building and business does not have a liquor license to allow you to carry alcohol outside. So
How do they do it for Wine Down?
that the Main Street Association gets a special permit, and I forget there's a bunch of different permits.
Well, I tell you
I forget
what.
the particular permit they receive that allows them to do it.
You Main Street, can y'all work with this disparate group of
But it
people?
still only qualifies, even we've talked before, it still doesn't qualify you to take alcohol outside of the establishments that have it in their events.
Are you asking to take alcohol outside?
No,
No, they're not.
So then there's no point in the leisure district, 'cause that's the only thing a leisure district does.
Well,
Okay.
well, Leisure District, if it's set up, can do a lot, but we had a very conservative setup on the Leisure District, and so, but at any rate, we can deal with it in a proper way, I'm sure.
Okay, I'll be in touch, we'll figure it out. Yeah, and the idea is we're not serving up pints of ale, it's little sample cups, you know, these creations that these home brewers have made. So it's not like
We'll,
these.
we'll get back with you on
Okay.
that, and I believe, everything will likely work out.
What's the time? You said Saturday?
Yeah, we're gonna form up at 4:30 and then step off at 5. And of course, the march itself won't take very long, I mean, the parade. And then the party commences once we get to Lamar Block. And we've got 4 crews this year. We've got crew of crappie, crew of ukulele. What is the library one?
Biblio.
Something
Biblio
biblio,
something.
yeah. And another,
Biblioteca would be.
yeah. So we have 4 crews that are marching plus other folks.
Did you say Lamar Block?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's the
Megan's
building.
business.
Old Black
Old
Mayday
Black
Furniture
Mayday Furniture.
on Wood Street and Railroad Street.
The old
The
furniture
name of the
store.
building?
Yeah, that's what it used to be called, and it's now called that again.
We're only gonna be using the very front room of it. It's a cavernous place, but we're only gonna use the very front room.
66 years.
And what's the date on this?
The 14th.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, so we're calling it the Sweethearts Ball.
Well, we'll try to make sure it's a success.
Yeah,
Okay,
y'all
thank
come. Y'all come.
And thank you for letting me speak out of order here.
We're a lot of out of order. Let's see, now, we get all right, the next would be the Historic Preservation Committee.
Yes, sir.
We have a report.
I don't have
We don't have a report. Electric Commission report.
They didn't meet, they were supposed to meet the 26th and then last night, and they postponed it another week.
Well, the Electric Commission report is available when you see these lights, let me tell you something.
It's
How many municipalities would like to be in our position on that? Can you think of one in the state of, one in North Mississippi that had the power outage we had that worked like this? I don't think there's nary a one. And I think it can go to the people in this town, the crews that we have that work, and our own electric employees. So I think that's that report, the lights being on, speaks more volumes than anything else. Anybody disagree with that?
No, and I'll just point out, we get a electric commission report quarterly now that we're out of this first 6 months.
That's adequate. And we will have Jim McClure in the next March 1st. Jim McClure will be with us, and he is going to be the electric commission done a wonderful job. I think he will even take it to a higher level than what it is now. And we're working on funding a lot of there's some potential there, and I just think we have an unlimited future there. Next is our park commission.
They're also quarterly, so they were never.
By the way, on the park commission, let me say this to you. The damage that the parks sustained, they did sustain some, and also mitigation for potential damage in the future. Our folks are looking into that as we speak, and the park commission is working toward that end. And every department of our city needs to quantify exactly all the damage done and potential mitigation strategies or mitigation expenses that are needed. The first 30 days can be golden in this, and we don't need to waste one day. Next, the Main Street.
Good evening, y'all. I don't have a whole lot of updates because the ice storm knocked out our January board meeting, which was what we were going to use to activate some of the things. The Pocket Park, you'll remember, we've gotten 3 proposals from the Carl Small Town Center. The Main Street Committee has looked at those and put together a list of the things that they like from each one, the things that they don't think are worth holding on to from each one, and then the committee was going to report to the board as a whole at the January meeting, and then we'd bring that for y'all to see. We'll have to move that forward a month now, do it at the February meeting. And then for our ARPA grant project, our contractors, Taylor and Josh McGlaughlin, received the plans from Williams Engineering, so we're excited about that in Oxford. Decided, though, that some details of the project needed to change based on the plans that they've gotten. So they submitted a modified contract to Water Valley Main Street Association, and I submitted that to Carr Riggs Ingram, which is the group in Ridgeland that the state has hired to oversee the ARPA-funded programs. You got to make sure that all your T's are crossed and your I's dotted with federal funds. They have reviewed it and agreed that it is legal as far as that part of it. And so I think that the next step is maybe to sit down with the city attorney and take a look at this updated one.
And let me put this to you. One thing, ARPA has to be over by a certain time.
Correct.
Or else you have to pay it back.
That's right.
And we won't, it's a sin, it's a positive sin to waste.
That's right.
So the date of, we don't have any trouble with the date of the modification and having it, we're in sync with
Carr Riggs Ingram has signed off on it. They're the ones to sign. So now we just need to make sure that it looks good to us. So Daniel, if you've got time for me, we'll take a look at that, sit down and make sure that we're together on all that.
We'll meet as necessary on that.
Yeah.
Because we want it done in a timely manner.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Well, and now we have the plans. This is what we've been waiting and waiting and waiting on. We didn't have a set of engineer standard plans, and so we actually have actionable material. Other than that, it's been a lot of end-of-the-year reporting that's required. I will say, pulling together the annual report really shows a significant amount of private investment in buildings and infrastructure on Main Street. And, you know, sometimes you'll see a business closed, sometimes you'll see a business open, but you don't always get those sorts of numbers until you talk to folks. And it's a real positive sign for Water Valley and for Main Street, the Main Street of Water Valley. So excited about that. And then we've had the annual required training sessions that were in Louisville. I think we had some Louisville crews up here.
We did.
And then we appreciate the city taking responsibility for the materials with the crappie drop and storing those. Thank you. That we did not really have a place to do that. That needed to go somewhere safe and secure. Mm-hmm. And then otherwise, we are working on the Case Jones Music Fest, which will be March 21st. Solero has come on again as the main stage sponsor. We've got some of the other underwriters who have also been disrupted by the ice storm, but we're moving forward with all that. We're excited about it. We'll have the car show again, which was a huge hit last time. We'll have the 5K. We're working with vendors to get together on all this. So I hope that y'all will all have that on your calendar. You know, we'll hope for good weather. And we got a lot of, you know, new folks in Water Valley, but I was around in '94. That was a terrible ice storm, and the response this time really has been something to brag about and be proud of. The organized, really thought through response is a credit for sure.
I'm gonna tell you, the work of the citizens, you know, the feeding of the people,
yeah,
the civic use of the civic and use of the other properties that we had, and these linemen that we had, our citizens got up at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I could give a list, and we should, for the 3:30 ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, they prepared meals for them, great meals. Some of them were good eggs, but I'm not going to go there. But at any rate, the church didn't get eggs this week. You know that. There was a reason. But the thing about it, you know, 3 good meals a day, and the linemen, a lot of them were saying this was the best they'd ever been treated.
Yeah. Well, and I'll brag on some of our board members. You know, Karen Turnage and her family have done a great job keeping their place open, getting medications out there. Caitlin Magnuson has done a great job providing space for folks, both private and public. Really, it's been everybody has pulled together in a way that we should all be proud of.
If everybody hadn't worked together, we would be like some, just fumbling around and not meeting the needs, and we can't do that. These people are too good. And one thing that I'm most proud for about our people is that our concern doesn't stop at the city limit. You know,
we got our power on in the county yesterday. She's excited.
That they're our people too. So last night it wasn't any distinction made between probably more from the country. That's right. That's right. So
I can affirm that county residents greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
You're very much welcome.
I was able to have a hot meal.
Well,
thank you.
And now look, y'all gonna get the plan. Now you got 3 good plans. Y'all gonna
We got three that are gonna add up to 1 good. That's right.
Well, just hurry up and do it.
That's right.
And I want it for the children this summer.
That's right.
You got it?
Got it.
And that'll be good. You know. Now, Nicole, as we wind down here, what you got?
Okay.
Faith Baptist Church.
Faith Baptist Church.
All right.
Okay, Myers Street comes across North Main Street, comes across over to Eckford Street. And there's Faith Baptist Church right there.
Yes.
And there's nothing on record to our knowledge, but because it's supposed to go through over to Town Creek. So I'm just proposing that we abandon the street there, because at Faith Baptist Church, they have their activity center or gym. So the street can't go through there because they have a building that's there. So I just wanted to be on record.
So there was a dead end street that ran to the creek that was never opened.
Yeah.
And then the church acquired both properties on either side of that dead end unopened street, and it subsequently built a CAC hall on top of.
And you didn't do that title certificate?
I did not do that title certificate. So there's a CAC hall on top of this unopened city street.
On this rock I will build my church.
Mm-hmm.
So, but not on a city street. But let's do this. Now, what happens if you abandon a street, the property, you declare that it's not needed for conveyance to, it's not needed as a thoroughfare for conveyance, and that it's surplus, and what happens is that the street goes to, it's split half between the owner on each side. Now, in this case, there would be the one owner. Now, and we would need a proper description of it, and if we could,
that'd be best.
I think if we could get a proper description, that would be best. Of course, surveyor is good for that, or some, Daniel, something that you would be comfortable doing. And I mean, there might be other ways to skin that cat, but you need to have a level of comfort on that. And
I want to make sure that it's completely, that no one is getting landlocked. So
yeah,
but I'll
got to do that.
Contact the church about getting a legal description, ask them if they want it surveyed or what other options, what attorney they may
So
use.
basically, there is a motion that portion of termed a street, but not utilized as a street, be declared abandoned, and that be removed from the designation of streets. And Daniel, that the necessary findings are made about the lack of utilization, that you're not landlocking anyone, and it's not used for conveyance for any purpose, not used at all for conveyance. It's not. It's in the middle of the thing. All right. Is there a motion? Nicole, you made it. Is there a second? A motion and second. All in favor will say aye.
Aye.
And that's one. Now, that when you get supervisors do something, and I'm familiar with that, they have to, there's a statute, and it does not work like this, but some of the things are similar. And I think a finding that it's not landlocking anyone is good for both. All right, next, Grant, what's
Hold on,
your?
I have one more thing.
Go ahead.
Okay. I am proposing that we have another standing board meeting on the third Tuesday of the month, just because we usually have 1, 2, sometimes 3 special board meetings, and just to have that standing meeting a month where we can handle anything that we will cover during a special meeting. If we don't have anything, then obviously we wouldn't meet. We would just have our first board meeting.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
That would be the second Tuesday?
Third
Tuesday? But
First and third
if it's
Tuesday.
a holiday, you would meet the next day.
The other option.
What time will it be?
I don't know. What time would it be? 6:30, I presume.
The other option.
6:30? We'll keep the same time? Okay, same time.
Daniel, what were you? What's the other option?
The other option is same thing. We're meeting at the same time Nicole's suggesting, but we would recess this meeting until that date, and so it would just be part of our board order when we close this. We're not doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's whatever y'all prefer to do.
Okay,
The-
now, when you have a,
When I create a second board meeting, I have to create it by ordinance. I had to do this before, and I've done it, so it's in my computer. It's just a difference.
normally the city does a special, but that'd be fine. That'd be fine. And we're still gonna need specials, and we'll still have specials from time to time.
What would
But
y'all
you might have fewer.
I don't mind putting it in the books. We did
I
it
think
before.
we need to task Daniel with
Yeah.
amending the ordinance, because the number of special meetings we have, I know they're needed, but they're inappropriate.
Well,
because
you wanna do 2 regular meetings? Now, they used to do that. Just 2 regular meetings.
2 regular meetings.
All right, well, that'd be good. Now you're cooking with gas or electricity, depending on your point. All right, then there would be a motion that by ordinance, the city would have 2 regular meetings on the first and third Tuesdays commencing at 6:30. All right, and the motion is made by Thompson, second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And then you get into the question of, do you have 30 days an ordinance to be effective or effective immediately? And you tell them about the finding you make for the immediate effect of an ordinance, then.
If you wanted it immediately effective, you need to make a finding of fact that the immediate implementation of the ordinance is necessary to preserve the good order, safety, and health of our citizens.
I'm not so sure of that. The other you would just publish in the paper, but you could.
I need to publish it in the paper, because if you do it the other way, you're gonna get some complaints.
Yeah, well, I'm publishing would probably, well, you may get complaints either way, but I mean, I don't think.
That's the way we did it last time.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's
so what
fine.
we do is in the interim, we just do recess or a special meeting for the following Tuesday, or the third Tuesday of this month. And then I'll hopefully have that ordinance put together for y'all to consider. Y'all would pass it, and then we'd run it in the paper, and then it
So-
would go into effect.
Yeah, now what you would do if you have a recess meeting, what you're talking about for this month, you would not move to adjourn at the close of it, you would move to recess.
Yeah, we don't have to do that. You just do the special meeting. Just scratch
I'll just
all
do a special meeting,
Yeah.
that'd be easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
All
what
right,
we're used to.
All right, well, okay, well, we're used to that, that's
So,
fine.
but it would go into effect May 1.
All right, Grant Thompson.
Thank you.
Now, we have set up a city Facebook,
Yeah,
and it is beginning, and it's gonna be active.
yeah. I just wanted to discuss these 2 things. I think that, and I think we know that the city of Water Valley is in the position that it's in today because of the months of planning. I mean, we started with our emergency planning in September, on working on something like that, on coming together and learning how to mitigate a natural disaster, and then executing our plans and objectives that we set forward. And I just know in the field of work that I'm in, we always have an after action review, or in the tailgate,
Sure.
or in the fire service, we call it a tailgate or tailboard discussion on, we pat each other on the back where we did good, and we constructively criticize each other and build and grow where we need to, or where we didn't do so well at. And I think we should do it just like we did it as the pre-meeting. We get all of the department heads together along with us, and we sit in a room, and it'd be an open discussion, open to the public.
I think it'd be fine.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So I make a motion that we get that we plan that out.
I think that'd be great.
Okay.
And we can, I think other places can learn what we've had.
Let's talk with all the department heads. We're still in. We're still.
2 weeks out.
Yeah, I mean,
we
we're still
get an
in this.
appropriate time.
We're still in this declared emergency, so let's get through it.
And Daniel, matter of fact, if there's no objection, and we'll do that. If there's no objection, we need to extend the emergency I believe. Is that not correct?
Yes, sir, I have that down the line, but this is as good a place as any.
All right. Is there a motion that the findings be that the emergency be extended?
I'll make a motion.
Second. All in favor will say aye, and the appropriate findings are made.
Yeah.
While we're on that, if the board would consider a motion to ratify all the proclamations and the temporary orders that the mayor has put into place, including the curfew and the closure of the airport and all of his emergency purchases and contracts that he's entered into.
Motion.
We're extending those or just approving them?
Approving what he's already done.
We're approving that and doing away with the curfew, or are we keeping the curfew?
Curfew's still in place right now.
Cool.
Motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That's done. And
All right,
next,
and so that's the after action review. And with the Facebook page, right now we have Vivian and Tina running that, and I'm just going to speak for them. They have so much more on their plate. So I just want to discuss as a board. Why don't we make it to where for this Facebook page, the board members and mayor are also administrators of this page. So if Tina or Vivian are busy and they can't post something that we know that we can post, like garbage will run on this holiday or whatever.
I think that's fine. I will say this. We need certain things that department heads, I would say, they need to be able to be encouraged to post when things are available. That,
right.
And we do, like the Civic will be open on certain days for certain things. Garbage pickup will be like this. If we have a special curfew for some reason, it'll be like this. Disasters like this.
Right.
So I do think we need that, and certainly Vivian needs to be the clerk and deputy clerk need to be administrators. I don't have a problem with us doing it, or in fact, I designate. So.
Well, I would just rather Vivian and Tina do the city's business, and we can worry about talking with the people.
Well, I mean,
they've got a lot on the plate.
We'll be allowed to post things.
Yeah.
On there.
Is there are we legally allowed to do that?
Yeah, y'all
As
just
elected
can't
officials.
discuss. So one of the things that you can't do is create a chat within the Facebook between you.
Otherwise, you'll be in violation of the law. There's a case on point in Mississippi now where that,
This is the reason we don't encourage conversations in an email chain. That's why Miss Vivian sends out information, and we just close it at that, and we don't ask questions in emails. So if y'all have a proclamation that other people need to know, that's something that you can share with one another, but you can't engage each other on the Facebook page.
And you can't say that.
This will be for public notices only.
Right.
Well, I think so, and you don't, and it's not for. We're not going to get in a yin-yang with people on there.
Yeah.
That's not going to be that
No.
way.
This
is not like that.
So if we're going to have a Facebook page, we should have a Facebook page policy to where let's.
Within that, you've got certain
Within the law.
constitutional provisions, and Daniel, I want you to study the municipal. I went to the legal conference, on the municipalities, and supervisor would never do that. I can tell you, they wouldn't. The one that I represent would never do that. But municipalities do that, and but there has been some of them that they just can't help but violating the law on the Open Meetings Act, and they can do it so easily. So what we need is to understand, make sure that none of us will do it. I don't think any of us would.
Well, I don't necessarily how to do it the best way. I've seen people create 2 persons or 3 persons to be a moderator, and a moderator has to let it through. So before one of our department heads posts something
they would essentially email it to one of the moderators, which would be
Which
somebody
would be
we
the city
choose.
clerk, I would say.
Well, or
Or
her
no, I
and
could-
two of the aldermen or whatever.
I don't know about that. I mean, you
Okay.
can get two together, you know, that Supreme Court decision on the Open Meetings Act, when they two met.
So I'm saying it's usually about discussing, not information to be passed on.
I would say discussion should be minimized and information should be maximized.
Yeah.
So anyways, the idea being that they don't, it's edited beforehand.
Yeah. Be
Screen.
careful and nothing,
And what they want to post on their individual pages, that's their First Amendment right.
that's
What-
their First Amendment rights, and that's fine, but when you post it, it's, what you say, Daniel, you would say, whenever you make a statement, you've said, that's evidence of whatever you say. So, there you go.
We can look at that, Grant. Yeah, we'll look at that.
A quick comment. It is wonderful when a public institution has a fully open social media. If you don't have a public information officer, if you're worried about a bottleneck and putting more work on folks, you can set up a page and close off comments. And that way, you don't have to ride herd as much on everything.
Yeah.
Well, true, and I think that would be the best way to
Notice
do it.
posting.
Yeah,
I think-
no
but I think
comment.
as-
We're talking
as
Be
it's set up-
advised, garbage
I think as
will
it's
run
set
on
up, there
July
is
4th.
posting.
You know.
We're talking about notice and we're talking about,
But I think the
things
way
of
this
that
one's
nature.
set up, there are comments
Yeah.
allowed.
Yeah,
And you
well,
could disable that and save yourself a lot of the.
We want to inform the public, not inflame the public.
That's exactly right.
Correct.
And
I
they,
can fix that.
and they, you know, some people love nothing better than to get a yang going and life is too short, quite frankly, I think.
Until you have, you can turn that.
You know, Jason, what seat you?
Just shoot.
We would like to the police department and the code enforcement, in an effort to protect our citizens as much as possible, institute a debris contractor registration permit. I guess, and I've got a sample little letter or something we've typed up to kind of.
Let's,
This is for contractors on private property.
Good idea, Mr. Mayor.
that's good.
I hadn't seen it, I'm just.
I mean, the reason it's on private property, that's good.
I hadn't seen it.
You're trying to
That's right,
protect
right?
the citizens.
Yes, I'm just trying to keep somebody coming in here from charging a citizen $5,000, asking for a down payment,
Yeah.
citizen giving them $2,500 and they bounce and never come back.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Well,
they charge,
that's
$10,000 to pick up 4 sticks.
Oh, being
I saw a
indicted.
quote.
I mean,
in Oxford-
essentially, that's
I
all.
saw a quote in Oxford for $50,000 to clear someone's front.
I mean, that's all, this is
Seriously.
private property. I mean,
Yeah,
essentially they're coming in and operating a business,
right.
but they'll fly in, fly out, and if we don't have a way to catch them,
Well, I've heard some problems in Oxford, so is there a motion?
well, there's a couple of questions tied to
Go
this that
ahead.
we have. Number one is, would you put a fee on this as a board to retain this permit?
Might cause frustration.
This is a temporary, the idea is this is a temporary thing during the storm cleanup.
That's the proposal. Now, if y'all
Well,
wish
wait
to
a minute,
make
wait a
it
minute,
more
wait a
than
minute.
that.
Why would you
Well,
do
see, that's the
it
thing.
temporary?
Why would you even pay somebody to pick it up and all you gotta do is get it to the street?
That's all you gotta do.
There's folks doing.
But maybe they're too old to pick it up
No,
themselves.
no,
Or
I'm
too
saying,
lazy
think
to
it's
go
a good
in.
idea.
I'm not saying that, I'm saying it doesn't make sense for Miss Vivian to pay Grant to haul her debris away, and all she needs to do is pay Grant to get her debris to the street.
Okay, this is debris removal, to move it from your yard
To the right of way.
street, to the
Yeah,
away.
to the right of way, I'm sorry, yeah.
You know, that's all gonna, this
We've
would all
got-
be covered in
We've
that.
got,
Yeah.
excuse me,
Yeah,
we've got Miss Matula here with,
Yeah.
and,
So I
could
see
she
this a
chime
lot.
in?
Yeah.
Go ahead. please.
Well, sorry. See this a lot. People overcharge and they feel like, oh, I have to get it to the curb, and they feel the pressure. And so some kind of registry that you can yank their permit is
If they do
a
wrong.
good idea. If they do wrong, or that there's two big types of scams. One is overcharging. Well, it's three. One is overcharging, and especially with like a time pressure, saying you have to get it to the curb before the city's right of way ends, cleanup ends, and so you got to do it now. You got to do it now, and we want to tell our citizens it's okay. We have time. There'll be multiple passes by the debris contractor.
And we'll take advantage of elderly people, yeah.
Well, even yeah.
Our debris contractor is not going to be taking advantage of the elder.
No. I'm saying, sorry, it's a long day. Sometimes if like we're posting, hey, get your debris to the right of way as a city, then other contractors will take that information and say, you have to get it to the curb today. We can do it today. And
or you're shut out.
Right, or you're shut out. Thank you. So one is just overcharging. Two is putting a down payment and never coming back. Three is saying sign here, and this is the worst kind. Sign here and we'll collect from your insurance. There's not insurance for down trees in your yard. There is usually some type of insurance if you have a big tree on your house. You know, it's in your living room.
Or in your house.
Yeah. So to take the tree off of the house, but there's very rarely, 0.0001% of policies would have something to just take a down tree from your yard. The other thing, just community awareness, is insurance probably doesn't cover damage from ice dams. So if citizens are signing any kind of roof repair that for a contractor that says that, or someone purporting to be a contractor that says, sign here and I'll file with insurance, no charge to you.
Would you assist us in getting on the city Facebook page some points
Sure.
of law
Absolutely.
about that? Is there any objection to that? I mean, we need to inform the public so they won't be taken advantage of it. Nobody objects to, please help us develop law, and we need to get it on our city, and we'll get David Howell, I know, would share on his, and others would share, but we need to get this word out to people.
Insurance bond.
I would take a picture of their driver's license and I would take a picture of their vehicle.
I'm not really sure what we're doing.
Well, we're telling what the law
We're
is.
trying to get questions.
So it sounds like our, is it PA? Is that what?
It's ER Assist.
ER Assist.
This isn't necessarily part of the public assistance grant. This is just me telling you.
It
I've
helps
seen
with
it. Yeah.
helps with the public assistance.
Yeah.
You've seen this before.
Yes.
I think it's a good idea.
She's in support of what you want.
Yeah, and I think temporary during the emergency order, while we have an influx of contractors coming in to help, even though the city is removing the debris, I'm on board with requiring them to get a free permit so we can help track.
What you can do, if you want to make what we did a lot of times is put a repealer in it. We could say it's effective immediately, but it will stand repealed if you want to do that, like December 31st, of this year, or 6 months hence, or something like that. You can put it is effective immediately. This as a section, add another section. It is effective immediately. Effective date is today, but
I'll just use the same repealer we used in the curfew.
Well, we've got an expiration date on here. We were gonna set it for 2 weeks. If we were still at the point they were here working in 2 weeks, we were just gonna reissue.
I don't think 2 weeks is long enough.
Well, that's why I say we were gonna,
three
that way we
months.
can keep them in check. Like if you go, once this 2 weeks is up, if you go, hey, we're still here, we still got business, then we just scratch that expiration
It's a free
and add
permit
to.
to come in.
That way we don't go months and months.
The only thing that I would like to see on this permit, like she said, is us having a copy of their driver's license.
Oh, yeah, that was,
That would be good.
yeah, that would.
But the thing is, how are you gonna go about enforcing it with all these contractors already in here?
Well, that's.
Well, I mean,
we've got-
they can they can make an affidavit and write a.
Yeah, well, I mean, they can just patrol.
With y'all's permission, I'll put a penalty on there of $250, and
You don't want to have it be punished as a misdemeanor?
Yeah.
Punished as a misdemeanor will take care of it.
Okay. And then,
It's up to a year.
right, and then what I'm sure our very kind and understanding chief is gonna do is go around and give them a warning, and if they're not, within the end of the day, if he doesn't see their permit when he goes back by, then they'll get a ticket.
Or arrested.
Either one.
Well, now, okay, so we've got the expiration date. Why don't y'all make it at least 3 months' time? I mean, that's how long it's gonna take to get the
Probably
stuff
gonna
out.
take longer than that.
No,
Well, I'd say-
he didn't mean he meant the permit's expiration,
okay.
not the law's expiration.
Well, the law should last at least through the end of this year, I would say, to
That way, the
December
permit, that way
31st.
we can keep them in check. That way we have a.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we not have no problem reissuing for another 2 weeks, but, you know, if Joe, the contractor, comes in, is only here for a few days, I don't want him to be able to hand somebody else this one under his name. And I
Well,
don't
you
know
could
him,
say
'cause-
any entity, the way also we did it, any entity in which they own. You know, the contractor owns a certain percentage, like we would do, I think 10% we did. So that you would snag them that way. If they try to put it in Mrs. Fake contractor or Mr. Fake, then Mrs. or sister or brother or whoever.
Are we requiring insurance to issue this?
Well,
Do we require insurance for builders when they come in and get a business permit?
Yes.
And I would say
And a
yes.
contractor's license too.
well,
I can tell you now, if they just moving brush, they ain't gonna get no insurance cost.
they probably wouldn't
That
have.
general
it.
liability insurance for us on that tree service
Yeah,
is out the yin yang, so if they
That
just
might
picking up
be.
brush and moving
That
debris.
might be a little.
They gonna
I
tell
don't
you-
think insurance is gonna be.
No, you do have an enforcement mechanism with this, and it's a lot better than nothing.
Yeah.
And our plan to know who was who, we were gonna make a copy of this after they filled it out on colored paper. And when you come in, you were gonna tell me I have 4 trucks as part of my crew. We were gonna make you 4 pink, yellow, green copies, and we were gonna ask you to put it on the dash of each vehicle you had. You know, it would take like tag numbers or something of each vehicle you had. Say, y'all come in, you got 6 trucks working. I'm gonna make you 6 copies. That way when I drive down the street,
You see them in the
I can
dash.
real easily see if you got 6 green pieces of paper or not. And I know where to stop and who to talk to.
The permit will, I guess, be in the, will be issued at the city clerk's office.
No, sir, we're gonna take it off Miss Vivian. It's gonna be me or Mr. Will. That way, because she's got enough on her plate. We've got
Let's
our
just see
number,
where
we're
these,
gonna
now look,
publicize it.
this is a public record, so there needs to be a copy of anything you do, or the main part of it needs to be a record that's kept because you're enforcing a penalty.
Yes, sir, we would have a police report number generated.
Well, I know
for
you
every
would, but-
report we issue, and
Okay.
it would be filed in our cabinet, so it would be
well-
for eternity.
So it sounds like that police report counts as your duplicate of any permit that you might be issuing.
It's lawful.
I mean, that would,
Normally, no, that's unusual, but I mean.
well, I mean, we're
yeah.
just, I know Miss Vivian's overwhelmed right now with everything else. We're trying to take all we can to
Well-
regulate it and not have 15 more people a day coming here to
I
fill this out.
understand. Now, generally, when you
Not
have
a
deeds, you
permanent
file
thing
them at
either.
the-
Yeah.
no,
Right.
that wouldn't be permanent. When you have deeds, for example, or you file them in the chancery clerk, when you have different things, you file them at different places. Maybe a copy needs to be provided to the city clerk within a certain time.
I'm just thinking that if anything, she needs to have the stuff up here, but she doesn't need to be doing it. And
Well, that's
she needs-
right.
so
She needs
somebody
to have it
wants
up
to see
here, but he can do it.
right.
So can these permits be scanned in and then shared via email?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
I could put them in a folder. on
She
that.
also has access to our system.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
well, then-
she's gonna need to be if somebody has a legal question, you're making a criminal offense. If they have a legal question, you need a place that it can be checked out, that's an official depository of what you need.
So this is what we can do, is we can have these up here with Vivian with a note that says debris contract permits, to be filled out here, contact such and such, and then they would get them, scan them in the system, and she'll get them automatically, is what you're saying.
I'll
And
leave
you
it
can-
on, I'll leave it on that AD.
And
They'll
then
put on ADS,
Leave it
and I'll
on
show
that
you.
program with Share.
you will also have them with you. can do with them also, and then when you scan them in, she'll have it.
100 flowers can bloom. but
Right.
One needs to bloom that
So
she
we're
has,
doing
it's
the
gonna
same
count.
thing.
Any outfit allows, she'll have a copy of it. That's-
But if
That'll work.
anybody asks, the city clerk has it, and you can go up there.
And there's no fee imposed.
No,
Just had
no, not during an emergency.
Okay.
Let's get this town clean.
All right, well, we got that, we got that.
Do we have a
Motion is made, second,
Second.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Done. All right, next, there's a, request for executive
Now,
session.
next, we would like to discuss the city's engagement of inmate workers in our
Yes.
not an MOU, but a contract with the Department of Corrections authorizing the mayor.
I have signed, and I need it ratified, Daniel,
Correct.
a request from the Mississippi Department of Corrections for inmate labor that would be in assist of this, of the city of Water Valley. And in various, could be for various functions, but this labor is available. It's utilized by other counties and cities, and it can be done. It is done other places successfully, and it's not a good thing generally for inmates to be locked up in jail, and not when they could be working if their security characterization allows them to work. In general terms, many places do it. I'm personally familiar with it working real well. Tallahatchie County has a 20-person work center that's done wonderful work and save the taxpayers hundreds of thousands of bucks. But some places have it, some don't.
Sir? Look at
But,
your phone.
all right. But anyway, I signed that. Is there a motion that, and that was requested, Daniel, you can, that, effort was requested by, I just didn't think of it, I was requested to do. All right, is there a motion that be approved?
Do we have a copy of the
Yeah,
MOU?
I do.
It's a standard
Sure.
form.
It's not the signed one, but it's the same thing. It's basically instructions on what not to do with their inmates.
And you gotta supervise them.
So I assumed you signed off as the,
The city has to supervise? Sorry.
right, yes, sir.
Okay.
Willie would be the immediate supervisor, is what I would
I would
assume.
assume.
And that, I don't know how y'all executed it, but that's what I would think.
The city pays for this?
No, it's free.
It's just free.
It's free. Your taxpayers pay for the incarceration of these folks. And you can either have labor and they can just, you can just pay me now or just no. They can do all that. Tallahatchie County, they're on the back of every garbage truck. You may not want that here.
This should be Willie, that should be the mayor.
Let me see it, and I'll sign it straight away.
I'll make the motion to accept it.
A second.
All right, all in favor will say aye.
Aye.
What I just signed is lawful then, okay? All right, and that is, I think that's a positive thing,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Corrections is an unfortunate necessity in our society, and some places have,
that beforehand.
some places have profited immensely from
Surprise.
Oh, gosh.
what you got,
They won't have you
your life away.
Don't let them
Payments will start the first of the month.
Trading you a cell phone for this.
I'll make you a copy. It's the rules on what to do with the inmates.
Treat them right.
give them
Yeah.
weed eater.
Don't let them have family come visit them.
Don't ask them what they did.
No steak dinners.
It's very common sense.
No movie nights.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, they really,
And Wildfire,
it really can be a benefit.
run kitchens.
I mean,
They put me working in one of them. Oh my gosh. characters, man.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, inmates can really benefit from this, and I would invite you to visit the one in Tallahatchie County and see how that's working. Look at the buildings they've helped to build. The courthouse, that's cleaned every day by these workers. And I'm gonna tell you, there's no, never, well, I mean, the courthouse has been painted by them. You know, think how much money that saved. Now, we got, well, look, since we've got her here, would you give it, if there's no objection, would you give us an update and tell us all the, today, this very day, we started the debris removal. And not only electric, but we started bucket truck.
Bucket trucks as well. So the bucket trucks are the cherry picker trucks, or the people that get in the bucket and the bucket raises up to cut the leaners, hangers, or dangerous limbs. Widowmakers, you might have heard them called. So the limbs that are bad, the crews have to get in a bucket truck to trim them. Have patience, because bucket trucks work in our terminology in our world means it's going to look worse before it looks better. So the limbs are going to get cut and they're going to fall to the ground. Those won't get collected for a few more days, or I'm not sure on when that will start, but I think after we have solidified our debris permit, which I did see on here, so once that we have a location to take the debris to, then those that
Archives and History's coming to.
yes, so that's in progress. So the other good news, Mayor, and I don't know if you know this yet, but the governor did sign the request for the president to declare a major disaster today.
And the legislature voted $20 million. The Senate voted $20 million, which is a start.
Which is a start. So that's good. That gives MEMA some money to pay the state share of these grants. With that declaration, that means that the county level, FEMA and MEMA will be in town over the next 2 days to help validate what at the county level has been reported, and I'll be working with the county tomorrow to make sure that.
The city.
Well, okay, but this process happens at the county level, and that at the county level it incorporates everything within the city, and that would include any nonprofit, any church. Churches are actually eligible for this program, so and any school district, anything that is considered public property, even though churches are private, but considered public for this program. Individual assistance, that declaration request has been asked for by the governor, but they will not be doing those damage assessments until probably next week. So things are happening.
Well, and
we're still looking at least 3 or 4 months before we see money if it's good. If everything lines up perfectly, and it's probably more like 6 months before we see money from MEMA in full. I shouldn't say in full, in meaningful money. How about that?
Well, it's good that we have, some commitments.
Yes,
that are coming forward. Now, I've also, every department needs to
yes.
report and every loss that's been sustained, including equipment, including where the water pipes and,
yes.
and I've talked with everything needs to be reported because the streets have to be fixed and have been damaged, and everything we've had a well to go out. We
pump, everything. We kind of have one bite at this apple to report our damage, and we want to make sure we report it all so we can claim it all.
We need to think of potential mitigation situations.
Absolutely.
Like
sure.
if you have a place that ought to have 4-wheel drives, it has 2-wheel.
Yeah, right.
Might be something to look at.
Both these places.
But everything's got to be done, and if you don't That's why they have those orange suits and striped suits
Right,
on some of
no,
this.
I'm just looking to make sure I wasn't wearing stripes. No, we want to make sure that, especially that any roofs, pavilion roofs, restroom roofs that we may not think to look at right now, we want to make sure that we're doing that with the Parks Commission, because ice dams are not covered by insurance, therefore they'll be rolled up under FEMA. So we may not, ice dam damage to roofs is something that we may not realize until 6 months from now. So we really want to pay attention to that.
Well, I got a call from some of y'all about the parks, that we needed to do that, and the Park Commission is really caught up in doing that too.
You might want to, does everybody know what an ice dam is?
Yeah.
I do not.
There you go.
I'm not exactly the expert, so if anyone else wants to chime in, but the ice gets backed up and then it kind of just jams its way back into the standing seam of the metal roof.
And so what happens is the back part of the ice begins to melt before that front clip does, and so the water is built up against what would normally drain. Since water goes, and so the water goes behind your wall instead of naturally flowing down the roof line like it should.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Y'all coming and working with the local people, and that you're trying to work with local people when you can. And of course, the first rule is get it done. But you know, if local people can do it, that's the best. But it gotta be done, gotta be right, gotta be straight up, gotta be above board, and the service of the people and the taxpayers gotta be
Shut
first.
down for about a week, but it was
All right, thank you so much for being with us from
Kentucky.
the great state of Kentucky, from Lexington, where my mother went to school a few years ago. Now, let us move on to the
Scriven's report.
That can. Do you have one?
executive session if we
It can
desire
be
that.
executive.
All right, is there a motion that we go into executive session? Oh, and this would be on the issue of personnel.
7:43.
All right, 7:43, and this is not to go into the executive session. This is a closed determination on the issue of shall we go into executive session on these two individual department heads making personnel
we
recommendations.
have 3 things to discuss in the executive session.
We'll circle back to that.
Okay.
We got at least 2. All maybe you know, well, we better quantify. All in favor of the closed determination, and get the exact time, did you? We'll say aye.
Aye.
Herbie? All opposed? Okay.
As a hometown bank, Bank First is proud to offer top-notch banking products with perks that support local businesses and people who support their communities. We believe our towns, no matter the size, deserve the best products and the best customer service, an experience we all deserve. We're hometown banking at its best. Do you bank with us? You should.